Rachel Ray, NUTRIS, real salmon, veggies, and brown rice recipe dog food review. So first thing I want to get into, it says real salmon is the #1 ingredient. I didn't know that there was a fake salmon, but okay. No fillers, no artificial flavors or preservatives. Also, it says omega-6 and 3s help to support a healthy skin and coat. Also, I want to say that I like the fact that this bag is paper, so it's going to be easily biodegradable. Also, the stitching in the bag is also biodegradable. It's cotton, so this should break down very well easily into, compost. Also, I feel like the ink on this bag is probably a soy ink. It's very dull. It doesn't seem to be a very toxic colored ink. So maybe this whole bag is very good on the environment. Next, I want to say this food was manufactured in Pennsylvania, and I'm located in Maryland. So it's good to know that this food did not travel that far to get to me. Less stress on the environment. Next, what you'll see here is, hold up, sorry guys. Next, what you see is safely USA cooked with world's finest ingredients. And it's a blue ribbon of a seal of appeal. And it says only our high quality ingredients, specially crafted formulas are backed by 80 years of focused excellence in pet nutrition. Learn more on this. You can go online and learn more about this. So what I will say about that is basically a lot of these dog food companies, these name brand dog food companies, they're not going to let you just waltz into their facility with meat that hasn't been dated on when it was collected, or if the temperatures went low, or if they don't know the sources or the origins. They're not just going to let anything come into their facilities. It has to all be clean. It has to all be looking right. And it's going to be a lot of checks and balances when they, accept any of these ingredients into their facility, because they have a name on the line and they're not willing to risk that name that they built for themselves due to someone bringing them bad ingredients, and now there's, some kind of poison in the food or some kind of bacteria in the food. Next, we'll get into the price. The price of this food was $23.99 plus tax. Basically, it was $25. When I do the conversion rate, it's a 13-pound bag. Basically, you're paying $1.92 per pound. And the truth with that being said is, you want to pay at least $2 per pound for dog food. Not saying you want to, but if you're expecting to get a good dog food, you get what you pay for. So if you're getting a 50-cent per pound bag, notice that's 50% of some good quality ingredients. If you're paying $1 per bag, let's say you pay $1 per pound, you're getting about in quality, let's just say you're going to get, I don't even know what I just said, but if you're paying 50 cents a pound, you're getting 0.5, you're getting 10% quality. If you're paying $1 per pound, you're getting 25% quality. When you pay $2 a pound, you're going to get you're getting up there in the numbers. Let's just say 40 to 50% quality, maybe 60. And if you pay about $3 to $4 per pound, you're going to get a food that's about 75 to 80% quality. None of these dog food are 100%. They still got to put a small percentage of bull crap in the dog food in order to make a profit, no matter what they say or what they tell you. So next, we're going to get into the ingredients. I'm not sure if you guys can see this very well, but the #1 ingredient is salmon. Why do they have to list it as real salmon. I don't know. But they just want to let you know that, man, this is some salmon in here. And maybe when they mean real, maybe they mean like, yo, we keeping it real with y'all. It's some good salmon. So what I'll say about salmon, let me try to get this focused in here for you guys. Shit, I can't really do a good job because of my setup today. But hey, bear with me, guys. Salmon. Salmon is packed with omega-3 fatty acids. It promotes healthy skin and coats, supports brain and heart health. It reduces inflammation in the joints to soothe sore joints and support a strong immune system. It also is preferred for dogs with allergies. So if your dog has allergies, this salmon is preferred for dogs that have allergies and skin problems. And then the salmon oils will also help with the dog's joints. Next, we're going to get into the next ingredient, which is chicken meal. Chicken meal is just a high meat protein. I guess there wasn't enough salmon in this bag. They couldn't afford to give you all that salmon, or they couldn't form it right. But so they used the chicken meal to boost the protein, to give you a higher meat-based protein. That's what you get for your $2. It says no poultry byproduct meal, no fillers added or added wheat. It says chicken fat with whole flax seeds are naturally rich sources of omega-6s and 3s fatty acids, which support healthy skin and coat. So this dog food, should be helping out with the skin and coat. But I'll get into the levels in a little bit. So, their chicken meal is giving it a higher meat-based protein. Then next you have ground whole corn. The ground whole corn is just giving you basically some carbohydrates, some fats, and some proteins. Just adding more fats and proteins. Next, you have dried peas. These dried peas, let me look at my notes here, man. I took some notes this time, y'all. Hopefully I can read my own notes. These dried peas are high in vitamin K, vitamin A, vitamin B. They contain iron and potassium. It's a lot of little controversial stuff with these peas, but let's just say you should feed these peas with a mixture of other vegetables and other things. You don't just want to give them straight peas. Next, you got grain sorghum. This grain sorghum is a non-GMO, which means it's not genetically modified. It's a natural growing grain. And what I'll say about these grains that I'm about to list, all the grains, all of these grains are ancient grains. What I mean by that is they're not genetically modified. They're not corn. And so, and they've been around for thousands of years, and they're pretty wholesome grains that we don't eat anymore, but were around for thousands of years before we started just using genetically modified corn and wheat. So this sorghum is a non-GMO. It's gluten-free. Y'all can do your own research on gluten-free. It is a insert-diable nutrient. This insert-diable nutrient, I don't really know what that means, but it's just a high in protein and slightly lower in fat content than corn. And it is very easily digested compared to other grains. What other grains? I don't know, but it's more easily digested than other grains. That's what you're going to notice about a lot of these grains, except for the corn. Most of these grains are going to be very easily digested. They're going to be packed in nutrients, and they're ancient. So they've been around for thousands of years. Next, soybean meal. Soybean meal has a lot of protein in it, and it's I believe it's a short link protein, so it's not a complex long link chain protein. So soybean meal is a very, very easily digestible protein. So you know your dog is going to get a lot of good protein digested into the body. Next, we got chicken fat mixed with tocopherols. I did a review on what tocopherols are. I actually forgot. Actually, no. Tocopherols are like fats from pigs. And yeah, so you got chicken fat that's preserved with like cow fat or pig fat. So it's just double fats. These fats are good because you want to add, fats to a dog's diet. Dogs need a lot of fats, fatty acids and stuff for their, just to burn for energy and to keep their fats good and their brain function good. Next, we have brown rice. So we'll get into that. Brown rice is full of fiber, so it helps the dog have good bowel movements. It's also full of B12, also B2, also known as riboflavin, and B9, also known as folate, and vitamin D, and is rich in calcium and iron. The iron helps the blood flow, stay active, gives it a nice active dog. The calcium is good for production of bones. So that brown rice is really good when it comes to that. To having, a carbohydrate that has a lot of different things to offer. Next, we have dried plain beet pulp. That's just another fiber. After they extract the sugars from the beets, they put that in there for fiber. That will also help your dog have a lot of better bowel movements. Like I said, right now we are feeding a lot of meat. So the only thing the dogs are missing are grains and vegetables. They're eating a lot of grass. So they're getting something out of that grass. I don't know what it is, but I just believe that the good protein in the stomach needs that grass in order to break down and keep certain proteins in the stomach. Certain bacteria in the stomach. Also, with that bone, it's kind of hard for them to get it out sometimes because it's just a lot of bone splinters or a lot of whatever the bones are made out of. I don't know if the bones are just necessarily 100% calcium, but they need to get that out of their system, out of their digestive system. And these fibers and these fibers and these pulps will help the dog just, get all that bone out of their system because they're eating a high quantity of bone right now and a high quantity of meats. And also the vegetable plant matter will also help the good bacteria break that down, and they can absorb whatever they need to absorb from the good bacteria. Maybe carbs, maybe different enzymes. I'm not exactly sure how the stomach works, but just know that they need that plant matter in order to break down and break down carbohydrates and just be able to absorb certain nutrients. Okay. And I think I'm forgetting. And you got malted barley. Malted barley is an antioxidant. Antioxidants, I'm not 100% sure what they do. Some of the stuff y'all gonna have to research yourself. But I think antioxidants fight against cancer. That's basically in a nutshell what antioxidants do. They fight against cancers, and they fight against aging or defective aging. That's what I think antioxidants do. And they get certain things out of the body, certain chemicals or certain things that's in the body that doesn't necessarily need to stay in there, like poisons and biles, different things like that. And also the malted barley is packed with minerals. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm missing one more. So you have the flaxseed. So we'll get into the levels of things. The flaxseed combines with this omegas, this linoleic acid or omega 6s, and then this alpha linoleic acid, the omega 3s. So that flaxseed goes with this omega 3. So now we're going to get into my take on this food. So I was gonna give it a bad take, not a bad take, but a little bashing and say a few different things, but I'm not gonna even go there right now. So what I'll say is the protein is 25%. For a nursing dog, you want to feed at least a 22%. So when I see that 25%, I'm thinking, okay, that's a fair number. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Rather have 25% than 31% of some BS when it comes to the protein. Next, you have fat, 14. QBN, Kennel, he say you want to see at least an 18 on there. We got a 14. So we're not really that high on fat, but we're not low either. So I'll take that. I'll take that 14 because basically it's close enough. You know what I mean? So next, you want to really go into calories per cup. That's where I really do my assessment. You base it on the ingredients, and then you base it on the calories. So we got 335 calories per cup right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if I'm doing a great job with this. I got no help, y'all. No help with this. So bear with me. My lighting's bad. Everything's bad. Oh, well. We're going to get the gist of it. So you got 35%. Let's try this. You got 35%. 335 calories per cup. That's not high. That's not low. That's right in the middle between, medium and high. I'll take that 335 calories because, like I said, all we need is just enough grains and vegetables to clear the dog's stomachs out. So overall, that's pretty good. Let's see what the feeding instruction is. For a 100-pound dog, you got to give them 5 cups of food and some change. That's way too much. Yeah, that's way too much food to be giving a dog. What you want to do is cut these numbers in half. So if it's saying give them 5.5 cups, give them 3 cups. That's all he's getting because this stuff is expensive. $2 a pound isn't bad. The reason why we purchased this is because we were at the grocery store, and we just wanted to get something that was wholesome for at least $2 a pound. And this fits the description of that perfectly. $2 a pound. It's jam-packed with good ingredients, high quality grains such as millet, sorghum, barley, and brown rice. These are all high quality grains. Also, some controversial grains could be soy and corn. But my take on it is this. How much corn do you eat in a week? How much flour do you eat in a week? And I would dare to say that a human's diet is probably about 75% bullcrap. So, the dog having 50% grains, 50% meat, it's not bad. And then at the top of the ingredients, you have the salmon and the chicken. I take a little bit of offense to that, saying that it's salmon and then you got chicken in it. But I guess they had to do what they had to do in order to, raise the nutritional value of this food. For $2 a pound, $1.90 a pound, hey man, I can deal with it. Digestible bag. And just the fact that they went out and got sorghum and millet and barley. I will also say that it's very low on the linoleic acid and the alpha linoleic acid with a combined score of a 1.6. I like to add these two numbers together, the omega-3s and 6s. I add them together. But I don't actually know what is a good number for a dog. So maybe the numbers that I want, the 4s, are too high. And it's 1 and the 2. Maybe that's good enough. And it should be. I really didn't get into all that. But what I will say is, we're going to give it let's give it a smell test. Let's give it a smell test. and a look test. The nose tells all. My nose will tell you everything I need to know. And y'all know, oh shit, we got plastic on the inside of this bag, y'all. Oh God, we got a plastic lining. A small yet plastic lining. So they gave the bag an appearance of being all paper to make you think it was so wholesome and everything. And then you get inside and it's a plastic lining. But maybe it's a biodegradable lining, you know? Maybe it's a soy plastic, you know? Let's look at it like that. Next, let's look at the kibbles. We're gonna look at these kibbles. Notice off the top that the kibbles are different colors. Some are lighter, some are darker. Maybe they're combining two types of food together. Maybe that's what it is. Let's give it a smell test. I don't know. It has a slight fish smell, guys. A slight fish. When you look at it, I'm getting a real oily, kind of oily texture. Some large granules in here. You know, I don't know if that's the millet. I don't know if that's the corn. You know, let me see. Not sure what it is. And then I see this one large grain here. I think that's a fish bone. I don't know. But hey, man, you know what? We're going to feed it to the dogs, man. They got themselves some dog food. So, hey, if I had to give this a rating, you know, let me see. It says how to recycle. It says coated paper. So it says it right here, how to recycle, and it says coated paper. So whatever that means. Hey, man, you know, dog food is dog food. You know, you get what you pay for. So, hey, y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Tell me what y'all think.